Archangel Michael says, what you are about to know will not be easy to accept, but it will finally bring peace to your soul. The clock has moved forward, and your ex, the one who let you go when you needed them the most, is on their knees in private. They are whispering your name in regret, eyes full of tears, longing for a second chance they know might never come. This person you once trusted with your heart is not sleeping well anymore. They hear your voice in silence and feel a void that no one else can fill. They scroll through old messages, hoping one day you'll write back something soft, something forgiving. It took them losing you to realize the depth of their mistake. Their pride once stood taller than their love, but now it has shattered completely, leaving behind only shame. In a room full of people, they still feel alone because your energy is missing. There's a pain in their chest every time they hear your name. They fake a smile but ache inside, holding on to photos as if they can bring you back. Regret has become their closest companion, and every night they speak to the ceiling, wishing you'd show up again. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They didn't believe you were the one until the silence became unbearable. They underestimated your worth when you were right in front of them, but now they cherish your memory more than anything else. They want to reach out, but their guilt keeps their fingers frozen above the screen. Their heart races every time they see someone who looks like you, hoping it might be real. They tried to move on but found nothing that compares to your spirit. Every little thing reminds them of you, the perfume, a song, even a certain streetlight. You were the light they thought would never fade. They thought you'd always wait, always stay, always forgive, but you chose yourself instead. That choice haunts them, and they now understand how deeply you were their blessing. Their soul cries quietly in public and loudly in private. Their ego has melted, and in its place is a childlike vulnerability begging for mercy. They want just one more conversation, even if it ends with silence. Type Amen to get blessing 718. Archangel Michael says, this pain they're feeling is part of the spiritual justice unfolding. You gave more than you received, and the universe has noticed that. Now the roles are reversed, not out of vengeance, but because of balance. They thought they had time. They thought you'd always be one call away. But now they stare at the same phone and feel cold when your name doesn't light it up anymore. This regret is not surface level, it's engraved in them. They carry it into their dreams and wake up hoping reality is different. But reality remains unchanged, you're not beside them. They see your glow now from afar, and it blinds them with what they lost. You were not just a person, you were healing, comfort, home. Now, they are homeless in the heart. Type Amen to get blessing 920. They replay moments in their head like broken records, what they should have said, what they shouldn't have done. They wish they could go back and listen better, hold longer, stay present. Their mind is heavy with what-ifs and might-have-beens. They talk about you now, but only to people who don't know the full story. Because admitting the full truth would mean confessing their failures. They miss you, yes, but they're also ashamed. They've seen your growth, your light, your transformation. And it crushes them that they are no longer part of your narrative. They watch from the sidelines, clapping with a forced smile and a shattered soul. You've become their greatest lesson. A lesson taught through love, loss, silence, and the distance that now feels eternal. And still, they pray for a miracle. Type Amen to get blessing 188. They see you as the one that got away. And it haunts them in every quiet moment. Your absence speaks louder than their presence ever did. They wonder who makes you laugh now. They imagine someone else holding your hand and feel a sharp sting in their chest. They miss things they once ignored. The way you listened, the way you cared even in silence, the way your eyes held back your own pain just to protect them. They remember now, every little act of love they didn't appreciate. It replays like a movie they can't pause. You're in their dreams. Sometimes soft, sometimes angry, but always unreachable. And they wake up breathless, realizing they've lost something irreplaceable. Type Amen to get blessing 642. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, you were divinely protected when you walked away. They didn't see your light because their heart was blind. But their eyes have opened now, too late, yet painfully clear. They sit with their memories like they are sacred relics. And with each memory, they bleed a little more. Because you were never just another chapter, you were the whole story. They are crying now, not just from heartbreak, but from knowing they were the cause of your tears. That realization is a wound that won't close. And yet, they hold on to hope like a candle burning low. They whisper to the stars, hoping your heart might hear them. They talk to your old photos like they still live. And they write texts they never send, I'm sorry, I miss you, please forgive me. Type Amen to get blessing 204. They want another chance, not for passion, but for redemption. They want to show you the change they should have made long ago. They want to prove they can be what you needed back then. But time is a force they can't reverse. And you have evolved into someone stronger, wiser, untouchable. Your healing is your crown now. They're not angry at your silence, they admire it. They know why you chose peace. And deep down, they want the best for you, even if it doesn't include them. Still, they light a candle every night. Not for ritual, but for memory. Hoping somewhere in your heart, you still remember the way they once looked at you. Type Amen to get blessing 765. They once walked away thinking love would return. But love doesn't wait in places it's not honored. And now that truth has shaken them awake. You were the calm they took for granted. The kind of soul people pray to find once in a lifetime. And they lost it because of fear, pride, and selfishness. They are learning that real love doesn't beg, it walks away with dignity. That lesson now lives in their bones. And every smile they wear is a mask hiding the storm inside. They look at new people and see shadows of you. They seek your voice in strangers. But no one echoes the same warmth. Type Amen to get blessing 874. They talk to mutual friends, trying to measure if you still speak of them. They stalk your socials in secret, looking for traces of pain, hoping you still miss them. But you've gone quiet, and that silence screams louder than any insult. They know now, your love was pure, your departure was necessary, and their regret is forever. And though they pray, the answers remain cold. Because sometimes, the lesson is not about reunion, it's about realization. They have realized. And the weight of that knowledge is heavier than loneliness. It is heavier than heartbreak. It is the weight of self-inflicted loss. Type Amen to get blessing 991. Archangel Michael says, you are not meant to return to what once broke you. The universe has carved a new road for you, one paved in peace and strength. Let the past weep behind you as you rise ahead. Your ex is learning in silence what you learned in tears. And while they pray for a new beginning, you are already walking into yours. The next chapter holds someone who won't need to lose you to value you. Keep walking. Let them pray. Let them cry. You are the answered prayer they couldn't recognize when it mattered most. They will live with the echo of your absence. But you, chosen one, you will live with the fullness of healing, joy, and true love that honors your light. Type Amen to get blessing 550. They are holding on to the idea of you like a lifeline in deep waters. No matter how far they try to run from the truth, your presence keeps catching up with their shadow. Every step forward only drags more memories behind. They try distractions, music, travel, meaningless conversations, but nothing gives them peace. The comfort they once dismissed now haunts them like a whisper in a quiet house. Your laughter used to be a song, now it's a silent scream in their chest. They're no longer proud, their ego has melted into sorrow. They know they mishandled something rare, something sacred. And now they're caught in a cycle of longing and guilt. They don't talk about this to many. But deep in the silence, they whisper to the wind, hoping somehow, some way, you still feel the connection. Type Amen to get blessing 441. They're learning that second chances don't come just because they're begged for. They must be earned, and sometimes, not even earned, just wished for in vain. They would trade so much just to go back to that moment when they walked away, and choose differently. Now, every what if eats at their peace. They replay arguments in slow motion, thinking of the words they should have swallowed. They ache to go back and be better. You gave them grace when they deserved distance. You stayed when you should have left. And now that you're gone, they understand what unconditional love really looks like. They want forgiveness, but more than that, they want you to see that they've changed. Even if you never return, they still want you to know they're not who they used to be. Type Amen to get blessing 1037. They carry around guilt like it's stitched into their skin. Every time someone mentions love, your name surfaces in their mind. You are now their benchmark, the one who set the standard. But regret is cruel, it shows up too late and never leaves. It has become the shadow they can't escape. Their mind is a prison, and your memory is the chain. They thought they were choosing freedom when they left, but what is freedom without the one who made life feel alive? They are now trapped in a cage made of their own choices. They know you have a light inside you that could warm kingdoms. And now, they can only hope that someone else sees it before they make the same mistake. Type Amen to get blessing 866. They've tried to write you letters but throw them away, afraid you won't believe them anymore. They've typed out texts but deleted them, worried they'd only hurt you again. The distance between you is not just miles, it's timelines, wounds, growth. You are a different version of yourself now, stronger, wiser, softer in all the right places. They don't know how to approach that new you. They fear the door is not just closed, but locked. Still, they wait for a miracle. They hope you'll remember the good moments. They dream that someday, somehow, you'll feel them missing you. Type Amen to get blessing 339. Even if they can't be a chapter in your future, they want to be part of your prayers. They want peace for you, even if it doesn't include them. That's how deeply they've changed. They've cried enough tears to fill an ocean. But now they cry not for themselves, they cry for what they did to someone who only ever wanted to love them. That's the wound they now carry. In every quiet room, they feel your presence. In every loud crowd, they feel your absence. Nothing fits right anymore. They say your name now with reverence. They finally know they had something rare. And nothing new has ever filled the space you left behind. Type Amen to get blessing 512. Their life has paused in many ways since you left. They function, but they don't thrive. They smile, but their soul doesn't dance. They thought time would heal them. But time only made your love more sacred. Time only proved how real you were. They wonder who's in your life now. If someone's making you feel what they failed to. They wonder if your heart still carries any softness for them. You gave them something eternal, a taste of love that doesn't fade, even in memory. Now they protect that memory like treasure. Because that's all they have left of you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They never expected to miss you this much. They thought love could be replaced. But you were never just love, you were healing, shelter, truth. Now, they walk past places you once shared and feel the ghosts of joy. They sit alone in cars and hear your laugh in echoes. Their body may have moved on, but their spirit is still tangled in yours. And even if they never say it aloud, their soul is screaming apologies. Every day they walk in the aftermath of what they destroyed. And the hardest part? They did it to themselves. This is the storm they created. And they must live in it, rain after rain, regret after regret. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They dream of redemption. Not to reclaim the past, but to give you the apology they never knew how to speak. They would kneel in front of you if it meant healing even one piece of the pain they caused. They are no longer who they were, but neither are you. And they see it. Your growth is sacred, divine, and unreachable now. Still, they whisper your name like a prayer. They carry your memory like a cross. And they beg the universe for a chance to just say, I see it now. I see it all. They would give anything to hug you without words, just once more. To feel that peace they threw away. To hear your breath and know they were safe again. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. They walk through the world like a ghost now, barely present, always aching. You became their lesson, but the cost of learning was losing you forever. No one prepares the heart for this kind of loss, not just of a person, but of a soul that once made them feel whole. Their smiles are rehearsed. Their energy is drained. And the silence between each heartbeat reminds them, you are no longer theirs. They feel punished by time, as every day without you feels like a slow sentence of emotional imprisonment. They look for you in crowds, only to feel the burn of disappointment. Your presence haunts their senses, your absence crushes their spirit. Even if the world thinks they've moved on, deep down they're stuck in that final moment when you let go. That moment replays endlessly in their head, like a punishment only the soul can give. Type Amen to get blessing 655. They remember your eyes, the way they held oceans of patience. They recall your hands, the way they steadied storms without needing words. They think of your laugh, and realize too late that it was their medicine all along. Now, the silence in their world is deafening. Each second without your voice is like thunder in their soul. The peace they now crave is the peace they once rejected. They didn't understand your love at the time. They thought it would always wait. But love does not wait forever, it rises and leaves when it's not nourished. Now your love has bloomed in a garden far away from their reach. And all they can do is sit at the gate, begging the wind to carry their remorse to you. Type Amen to get blessing 489. They replay your goodbye 1,000 times, trying to find a version where you stayed. But the truth is, you had to go. You had to choose yourself, because they never truly did. You were a prayer answered too soon for their unprepared heart. They see that now. And they carry the weight of unspoken thank yous and too late apologies. They've become someone who tells others not to take love for granted. They speak your name like a sacred hymn in the silence of their regret. And though their heart beats, it beats in half rhythms now. Everything is different for them. Food has less taste. Songs feel more bitter. And dreams bring more pain than comfort. Type Amen to get blessing 373. They would trade everything for 5 more minutes. Not to beg, not to cry, but just to sit beside you and say, I know now. I know what I had. I know what I lost. Your memory is carved into their daily life. From the scent of coffee to the way sunlight hits the floor in the morning, you are there. You've become a silent part of their everyday, and that silence is deafening. They are no longer surrounded by noise. They are surrounded by echoes. Echoes of your footsteps, your laughter, your warmth. They wanted space. Now the space consumes them. They wanted freedom. Now they are prisoners of their own silence. Type Amen to get blessing 221. They may smile at new faces, but none reach the depth your smile did. They may talk to new voices, but none carry the comfort yours held. They've dated others, but no one makes them forget the sound of your goodbye. They don't say it out loud, but they watch your success from afar with a cracked heart. They are proud of you, even if it kills them inside. Because deep down, they know they never deserve to be the one walking beside your new journey. They feel unworthy now. Not because they haven't grown, but because they understand how much they cost themselves when they let you go. They didn't just lose a person, they lost the soul that brought them closest to heaven on earth. You were their miracle, and they mistook it for routine. Now, miracles feel foreign and unreachable. Type Amen to get blessing 802. Archangel Michael says, when someone breaks a divine bond, the echo of that act follows them beyond time. Your ex is living that echo. And it rings louder each day. They see reflections of your kindness in strangers and cry behind bathroom doors where no one can hear. They don't share these breakdowns, they carry them like secrets wrapped in shame. Because how do you admit to breaking something that pure? They are becoming a better person now, but it's a version of themselves that you will never get to meet. That truth is their greatest sorrow. That the person you waited for showed up too late. You were patient. You were soft. You were real. And now, you are gone. Type Amen to get blessing 1008. They feel the air different when your name is spoken. They feel time freeze for a second when your photo pops up. They miss you in the kind of way that no distraction can erase. They've stopped trying to replace you. Because they've realized you weren't a placeholder, you were the masterpiece. And everything else feels like imitation. They keep one piece of you hidden. Maybe it's a sweater, a gift, a voice recording. They touch it like it's sacred, and cry into it when no one's watching. They pray now. Not just for forgiveness, but for peace, for you. Because even if they never get you back, they want your future to be full of joy they never gave. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They thought your absence would fade with time, but it hasn't. If anything, it has grown louder. Your absence has turned into a storm inside them. Each apology they never said now floats like ash in their soul. They hope you are held, loved, and treated with the tenderness they couldn't provide. Because you deserve a kind of love they didn't yet know how to give. They sit with that truth. It's bitter. It's real. And it doesn't go away. They've stopped pretending they're okay. Because how can anyone be okay after letting an angel walk away? Type Amen to get blessing 777. You taught them the meaning of soul-deep connection. Now they know it doesn't come twice. Now they know it only comes once, and they let it go. The pain of that realization is their forever shadow. And though they try to walk in light, your absence always drapes over them like a quiet reminder.